Hi, I'm Jeremy Pollack, CEO of Pollack Peacebuilding Systems.
Can each of you just give me one word that describes how your weekend was?
Fantastic.
I'm going to say productive.
I was going to say productive as well.
Providing workplace peacebuilding services for organizations in more than 80 industries.
When you're preparing to give feedback, I would highly recommend actually writing this down.
Our clients come to us either looking for an intervention in a conflict they're currently experiencing.
How nerve-wracking is it to get a message from your boss or
for a proactive way to mitigate the risks of conflict through training or coaching for their team members.
Can you write one sentence describing a time when you had to give someone feedback? It could be recently. It could be something that you want to do but haven't done yet. Something that someone is doing that's either bothering you, has upset you in some way, it's not really jiving with you. Why should we give feedback? It just out of curiosity. What are some thoughts around why feedback is important?
Get a more well-rounded perspective, that to be able to see things that maybe you don't see.
It helps with harmony within groups.
If we don't give feedback on certain things, we're probably going to make conflicts worse. Behavior, interpretation, effect, ask, and request. We call this the bear sequence.
Is it a de-escalation? Is the interpretation? Is that what it's for as an optional?
I'm basically saying I'm not suggesting my story about your behavior is true. I'm just telling you what the story is so that you understand what's going on in my head. Because I want them to get clear on what's going on for me, and then I'm going to get clear on what's going on for them. Nicole, you want to go first? What's your feedback sequence sound like?
Is it okay on the interpretation part to use the words like I feel? Is that okay to say that? Or is it best to stay away from the feel part?
People use the word feel in place of think a lot because feelings are about emotions. I feel sad, I feel angry.
I noticed when you start gaming, your goals are not accomplished.
The ask is about opening up a collaborative piece to ask him what's going on for him. Are you avoiding your goals for some reason? Do you feel like you are achieving your goals or do you feel like you're not?
High performing sales guys that are or sales women that are not that are not documenting their cases, not documenting in the back office.
And so I want to make sure I ask, what's going on for you? Are you not clear on what it is you need to update, or are you having some trouble getting to that? Do you need help with organization? And let them talk. This is the piece when, remember we talked, we're now getting the hard to hear feedback from someone, and we're going to try to figure out how to respond in an effective way rather than in a defensive way. And we're totally changing the perception of the other person when we respond in constructive ways. We're making this a much safer environment and building a lot more trust. Can we talk about, just one by one, what is the situation that you wrote about in terms of when you heard hard to hear feedback and it was maybe hard for you? I'd like to hear if you could identify what could have been the hidden gem. What piece of it could you own in that situation, even if it's really hard to figure it out?
I didn't want it to escalate, so I asked her, are you okay? Because I didn't really want to get into it at that time.
Yeah.
No, and then she said, no, are you okay?
Was there an opportunity for you to kind of listen and kind of paraphrase back what she said to her so she knows you were listening?
Yes, I mean, yes.
To them, it's feeling like it's imposing on them. Whether you're intending that or not, that's a gem for you to understand the impact that you're having in someone. So that's the intention. We're putting them out into the universe. We're opening ourselves, inviting them in, welcoming those intentions. I like it.
Like you said about being relaxed and being the right in mind, because then you get worried of, what it is, you get curious.
It initially, of course, started as receiving feedback, which then in receiving feedback, the hidden gem for me was finding out that this person just needed a little more communication, maybe from me, and that I could have just offered that more.
Yeah, and you'll notice that at the end of the day too, all this takes dialogue, it takes conversation. It does not take a unilateral one-way conversation. It takes a dialogue to work this stuff out and understand each other.